Hello, and welcome to this presentation about saving in gold and precious metals with Auvesta and AU partners. My name is Andris Arians, and I'm going to take you through this presentation in about 20 minutes. First of all, a disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. In this presentation, I will tell you what I've done and the friends of mine have done and how you can create wealth with precious metals. Gold is money, everything else is credit. That is something JP Morgan stated over 100 years ago. And JP Morgan, he is also known as a founder of JP Morgan Bank in the United States. Gold actually retains its purchase power, and that you can see in this slide here, where you to the left see a Ford from 1915. If you had $864, then you actually could have bought this family car for $864. The $864 could also have bought you 1,300 grams of gold. Now imagine that you put this money aside, maybe under your pillow, the $864 and 1,300 grams of gold. And you, or maybe someone else, more likely, takes it out 100 years later. What could you buy of those $864? Well, if you still could use the paper money, maybe you could buy 4 tires or something like that, but that's all. But if you instead take out the 1,300 grams of gold and exchange that for money, you will actually get more than $44,000 in 2015, and you could have purchased a new family car. So gold actually retains its purchase power. Something else that silently steals your money is inflation. Here, for instance, if you can imagine in 1995, if you went shopping, then you could buy quite a lot of food or groceries for $20. In 2005, it certainly was much less, not to talk about now in 2020. So money loses its value slowly and slowly. Here's another way to look at it and how banks actually steal your money. Maybe not steal your money, but how the value decreases. For instance, if you put in 10,000 euros in your bank, maybe they would give you 1% interest per year. Many banks give less, but let's look at this as a 1%. That means you would make $100 euros in a year. And then from country to country, but for instance, in Sweden, you would have to pay 30% in tax on your interest. That results in that you will have 10,070 euros by the end of the year in your bank account. But maybe that is not completely true, because if we take inflation into account and an example of 2% per year in inflation, look what happens to your 10,070 euros then. If we take 2% in inflation, that is 201 euros. It means by the end of the year, the 10,000 euros you put into your account will actually have a purchase power of 9,868 euros. So actually, you have a purchase power that is 131 euros less than in the beginning of the year. So why buy gold? Is gold the solution? Well, deposits are depleting and demand is rising. It's recession and depression proof. It can never be worthless. In many countries, it's exempt from tax, and also where Auvesta keeps the gold, it's also tax-free. It's a mobile asset compared to property. It's also protected against inflation, and it's not affected from government decisions. Shane Maguire, now author of Buy Gold Now, said a couple of years ago that gold is probably going up to several thousands of dollars per ounce of gold. And you can Google it yourself and see what the predictions are. How it will be, future will tell us. As I said, gold is a limited resource. In South Africa, there was a lot of gold many years ago, but most of it had been mined out already. There still is a lot of gold left. And as well in China, Australia, United States, and Russia, there is still gold left, but you can't make new gold. So the gold we have is what we have. This is a reference from World Gold Council, where you can look up details yourself. They estimated a couple of years ago that there was 177,000 tons of gold above ground and 54,000 tons below ground. So in a certain time, it will just be no more gold left. And every year, 300 tons of gold is thrown away as electronic waste, and that is 11% of the world production. And here you can also see how the value of gold has mostly increased and also been negative, value has been decreased from 2005 to 2020. And to the left, you see here US dollar, then Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, Chinese yuan, euro, British pounds, Indian rupees, and Japanese yen. So on an average, you see mostly green numbers, and the value of gold compared to these currencies have really increased. Well, 2013 was a red year, so to say, and some other years as well. But on an average, as you can see on the last line, gold has actually increased about 10% per year since 2005 to 2020. So a little bit better than the bank's interest, so to say. And here's just a chart to the left, how gold has increased the last 5 years, dollars per kilo. And here to the right, there is a little chart where today's value can actually be negative. So gold is not a short-term investment, it's a little bit longer investment. So here, if you look on 6 months, it's almost 19%, in a year 35%, 5 years 46%, and 20 years almost 540% for gold. And if you have a look at the euros, to the left you can see how the euro has gone up and down during 5 years. And here to the right you can see how it has fluctuated and increased, so to say. In 1 year, almost 39%, 5 years, 46%, and 20 years, 435%. British pound, also a change here you can see. To the left, 5 years, and here to the right, the last year up almost 41%, in 5 years, almost 85%, and in 20 years, more than 635% increase compared to the gold value. So precious metals is something very good to have in every portfolio. That is something many financial advisors also say. It's an insurance for your assets, and it's needed in medicine, aerospace, consumer electronics, jewelry, and many other things. The demand is increasing and the precious metals reserves are almost depleted. With precious metals, you acquire real value and not just a promise. How is the gold stored then? Well, Auvesta cooperates with Brinks, which is an external high security vault. And of course, you can also desire, if you want, to have the gold shipped home to you, but then you have to pay for the insurance and the shipments home to you. But if you have it at Brinks, you can also see your account value 24/7. And the one thing that is very important to know is that Brinks is not part of the banking system and does not fall under the same laws and jurisdictions as the banks. For instance, during 9/11, the US banks shut down the banking system, but Brinks was still open and doing business and shipping and receiving gold and silver as usual. And Brinks is actually open 364 days a year. It's only closed Christmas Day. And once Auvesta receives your funds, they immediately convert these to precious metals. And you are registered as a shareholder of a unique bullion that is stored at Brinks. And all precious metals transactions inventory lists are audited and signed by an auditor under video surveillance. And your holdings are registered in the inventory list in your short name and depot number, stored safely with Brinks Depository. And also the audit certificate and inventory list can be found in your back office and with the auditing company. The gold that we buy is LBMA standard, and it stands for the London Bullion Market Association. LBMA certifies refineries. The gold is produced in world-class refineries, like, for instance, Heraeus, Umicore, Boliden, and it's the highest investment grade gold, graduated to 995.95. And the LBMA is a benchmark and regulates the acceptable requirements for large gold and silver bars. And it's also public updated on the publication on the London Good Delivery List. And these are standards recognized throughout the world and ensures that the refineries continue to maintain the high standards necessary for being listed. And Auvesta buys gold from these refineries. It's Allgemeine Gold- und Silberscheidenanstalt in Germany, Argor Heraeus in Switzerland, Boliden in Sweden, and most of all Heraeus Precious Metals in Germany. And Auvesta Edelmetalle, it's a German company, and it has also been awarded as the Quality Seal Best Credit Rating. And that means that they have an outstanding credit rating, and it's less than 1% of Germany's 3 million companies that get this award. And they have had that since the last, I think it's now even more than 3 years. To the left here, you can see a picture of Senwei Wang, which is Auvesta's marketing director. In the middle, you can see Sam Glad, that is the founder of AuPartner. And to the right, you can see the founder of Auvesta, Peter Leitch. And another thing I would like to add is that Auvesta has been rewarded as the best bullion trader in Germany since 2016. And this has been given by Focus Money, that is the most popular finance magazine in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. The gold that we buy, it's the price that we buy from is tariff core specification. It's for amounts that are under 5,000 euros per time. So if you want to buy for a bigger amount, that is possible as well, and then you will get an even better price. But for this tariff core up to 5,000, you can buy gold for any amount that you want. There is a setup cost of 400 euros for this depot and account. And if you can't pay 400 euros at one time, then you actually can also do it in installments. And then if you, for instance, transfer 100 euros, then 70 euros will go to your setup costs and 30% of purchase of your precious metals. But as a bonus, the more money you pay in, you will actually get extra metal added to your each purchase. So after a while, when you have paid in more, then actually you will have received gold or precious metals for the value of 400 euros. So your account will actually be for free. And you have no duration of the contract. you can keep it as long as you want, or you can end it at any time. It's totally up to you. And it's the finest gold and silver that you can get, that you get the bullions in. There is a storage fee, which is 0.08% of the amount that you have on your account. But that also means that it's 100% secure, insured. And it's actually insured up to 150 million euros in your account. And if you want to have it shipped home to you, you can do that in bars in gold of 1 gram and silver from 50 gram. And there's no formatting costs if you want to have more than 100 grams of gold or 5 kilos of silver. And as I said previously, if you want to have it sent home, you can get it sent home, but then you have to pay for the transport and the insurance and so on. And Auvesta and me say that actually everyone can buy gold. What the Auvesta offers is actually a purchase of precious metals regularly, and you can do it even in smaller amounts. It's precious metals and bullions from LBMA accredited refineries. You have it stored in high security vaults, and you can get it delivered home to you in standard sizes. You have access to your account 24/7. You can actually also sell and buy other precious metals like silver, platinum, and palladium, and gold, commission-free. It's a high level of service, easy management, and secure ownership. And actually, another thing that is very interesting is that Auvesta's gold price is a little bit below the average market price in Germany, which is the best in Europe. So that also makes this very interesting. How do you do then to become a customer at Auvesta? Well, you can ask the person that sent you this presentation to send you a link to open up a depot or account at Auvesta. You can also find it below in this presentation. And in this link, you click and you enter your personal details like name, address, birth date, and so, and also your personal chosen password. Then you send this, you click and approve. Then you will get an email back from Auvesta with your customer ID. Then you can log into your account with your customer ID and your password. And then you will have to upload your passport copy and a copy of a bank statement that shows your name, your account number, and your address. But of course, it doesn't have to show how much money you have at the account, but just for Auvesta to see that you are a person living and that you have an account at the bank, so you're trustful. And one thing that is very important when you buy precious metals, when you do a transfer to Auvesta, that is that you tell them in your information field to the receiver Auvesta that you enter your also customer number and depot number so that they know that the money sent in is to your account. And then Auvesta will do a purchase of 100% gold if you haven't entered that you want to buy silver, platinum, or palladium. And of course, you can always change those settings and you can buy and sell between these precious metals as well. And when you have done transfers, you can log into your account and at any time, and you can see how much gold you have in each bar. For instance, here you can see, maybe it's not so easy to see, but you have a gold bar of 12.5 kilo. It's located in London at Brinks. And down to the left there, you can see how many people, or not maybe how many people, but companies and private persons that has parts in this gold and how much of it that is yours. So this is accessible 24/7. And Auvesta actually has an offer for you. If you make a first installment of 1,000 euros, you'll have your account fully paid. you will receive gold for 600 euros, and you will also actually get a gift of a 1 gram gold bar that is in a little piece of plastic in a credit card format where you have 1 gram of gold. Now it's up to you. The choice is yours if you want to open an account and start saving in precious metals at Auvesta. So I thank you for your time. In case you have any questions, feel free to contact me or someone on this address that you can see here. Thank you for your time again.